Hey guys, I'm back with more Final Fantasy 14.
In short, there's no path, and the sky is thick with Forthry's winged devils.
We might consider Amaro, but without extensive training, we cannot hope to contend with the Eaters.
And my volume is still picking up. Don't know why.
Yulmore's airship fleet, meanwhile, consists solely of transport vessels ill-suited for battle. And without the expertise of one such as Sid, we are in no position to attempt a refit.
Let's see if that works.
Oh, it's so frustrating! That wretched mountain should jolly well come back down to earth!
It's bad.
Now, dearest, we mustn't disturb these good people at their work.
Why is it doing it still? There we go.
We've ridden the ladder and seen the sights. It's past time we took our leave.
The lady may well have the right of it. Mount Gulg will not soon come down to Earth, nor can we compel it to do so. But if the mountain will not come to the land, mayhap the land may be made to come to the mountain. In the form of a Talos large enough to reach out and take the volcano in its grasp.
To build such a golem would be an onerous undertaking indeed, yet the principle seemeth sound in itself.
Balderdash! No one has ever made one even half that size. Leaving aside the small matter of logistics, which, by the way, would be no small matter, the design would be unimaginably complex. Though, I suppose, if its only function is to cling to the ruddy mountain, perhaps it needn't be. Solid base, firmly rooted to the ground, sacrifice mobility to simplify the construction, reducing materials required. Wait, what am I thinking? We would still need a veritable army of people to do the work. Left to the crew that helped down below, it would take decades, if not a nice round century.
So we need more hands. And what sort of things would these hands be required to do?
Oh, let's see. First, we'd need people to procure the stone for the chassis. The rock found in the mountain would suit our purposes well enough. It'd be a simple task to quarry the stuff, but given the stupendous quantity required, we'd need all the help we can get.
We have friends amongst the miners of Armorain. I will go and petition their aid.
While you do that, I'll make for Mordsuk. I'm sure I'll be able to drum up some support.
Then I shall return to Calusia. From fishers to carpenters, Yulmore is home to all manner of talented folk. I dare say their skills will avail us.
Is there anything else you need?
Well, yes, actually. Magic. Lots of the stuff, as much as possible. To awaken a Talus of this size would require an entire congregation of mages.
Many among the Knights Blessed are gifted in the arcane arts. I will recruit them to our cause.
The Fey folk, too, possess surpassing aptitude in magics. Yet they are not wont to cooperate in the endeavors of men. Leastwise, not without making all manner of mischief. That being the case, I would instead call upon the people of the Crystarium, with thy permission, Exarch.
We are at your disposal, as are our Amaro and Chocobos.
I'm sorry. You mean to tell me you can call on not only the people of Yulmore and the Crystarium, but the Knights Blessed and the Maud, and even those miners? But that's just about everyone in Ballynorvrand. Who are you people? And how did you come to have so many friends?
The saviors of the world, adventurers of no import, Dartis, Athena and his assistants. The first one.
Saviors of the world? Are you being serious? Oh, gods, you are.
So, as you can see, you will not want for bodies. I trust you will have your design ready in good time for their arrival. Norvrant is counting on you, heir to Daedalus Stoneworks.
We'll be back as soon as we can, and we'll bring the whole world with us.
I take it we will be assisting Master Chai, though I am quite sure he has everything under control.
Have the design ready, she says. In good time, she says. Does she even understand what's involved? Before I can even attempt to design anything, I need intimate knowledge of the land, the knowledge of locals. Last I heard, no one lives here. What? A village of Omorian exiled? But those people have every reason to loathe a free citizen like me. They can't possibly be willing to cooperate. This will never work. Never. I never should have fixed that bloody lift. Never should have ridden it up here. Never should have. Oh dear, Darling appears to have lost the plot. But he has it in him, Rito. He is the cleverest man I know. He just wants for confidence, sometimes. If you were to give him some words of encouragement, I'm sure he can give you your talos. A bit of advice I learned from his mother. He responds poorly to obvious praise. You will need to find another way to stoke the fires of his motivation, awaken his sense of daring. Choose words that will best encourage Chai us. In order to succeed, you must lift his spirit specifically during the conversation. Great. Really? Oh god. Chai knows his page with self-doubt. I can't do it. No one can. A talos of that size? No one's even dreamed of it. Alphino once struggled to collect firewood. Dalia is counting on you as well. You're a genius, you can do this. First one? He did, but he's such a capable lad, brimming with confidence. I suppose even the most capable among us have struggled to overcome. China still harbours some misgivings. But regardless of my own feelings, I can't do a damn thing without help from those villagers, and they're not badly likely to give it. Crystals among them, you said, so yourself. At least you've got forgotten we essentially sent him to his death. Even if the others don't bear a personal grudge, he would never forgive us. You don't know until you apologise. I'll come with you. Don't worry, he'll forgive you for sure. Things won't improve by themselves, you have to take the first step. First one again? If you were there too, perhaps you'd be more willing to accept an apology. Oh wait, what am I thinking? Relying on others to fight my battles? It's disgraceful. It's what it is. And it might even make things worse. China still harbors some misgivings. And in the end, it's not even a question of forgiveness. Building such an enormous Talos is impossible. Ain't no amount of contrition will change that. And even if by some miracle the people of Amity were willing to let bygones be bygones, they think the plan is absurd. Think it's absurd. It's less absurd than the change that's come to Elmore. We liberated a castle with a strategy that many would call absurd. Everything you touch turns to gold. No one would doubt your plan. Yeah, that'll be alright, I think. Second one. Well, now, to flood the Fairy Castle you sought to reclaim, such a strategy could indeed be considered absurd. Yet you succeeded not in spite of, but because of it. Our own strategy may likewise seem absurd, but maybe, just maybe, it stands a better chance of success for it. Jonas is feeling somewhat optimistic. But be that as it may, there are risks to consider should the venture fail. Imagine for a moment that we failed to reach 4-3, then you succeed in provoking him. In his fury, he may well unleash his hordes of eaters, and will meet a horrible end. Then we'll go together. I'll protect you, I'll protect everyone, or we could build palace of battle. Maybe that. I thought of that, I'll show you. But I'm afraid Talos cannot contend with sin eaters if they could. I would never have come to Elmore. Nonetheless, I appreciate your earnest attempt to find a solution. Desmond is feeling somewhat optimistic. It makes me wonder, what is it that drives you? Tell me, why did you throw yourself into the midst of such a grueling struggle? To protect those I love. Indeed. What else could compel us to face such dangers? I too have someone I wish to protect, with whom I want to live out my days in peace. Chestnut Finance is burning with motivation, and done. That was easy. Yes, by the gods, I can do this. I just need to have a little faith in myself. Right, let's head to Amity and speak with the villagers with Tristal. My love, things are liable to become more dangerous. I want you to wait for me back in Elmore. No, wherever you go, I'm going to. Besides, you're not the only one who has to apologize. But there's no telling what may happen out here. I don't know if I can keep you safe. But perhaps it is a bad idea after all. I don't think I've what it takes. Master try it. That you are a beset with doubt is proof that you can envision the task ahead. and that which man can envision, he can make reality. Thus did some old friends of mine once say. Even should it be a feat fit for the divine, if something has been done before, then it most assuredly can be done again by our own hands. That's a little idealistic, don't you think? Perhaps, Master Chai, perhaps. But what is man if not an idealistic creature? It's not an easy thing to achieve once one's dreams. My friends can attest to that. Countless times did they meet with frustration in the course of their endeavours. None would have thought painful with them had they given up, yet they never did. One step after the next, they forged on towards their goals, and for their determination they accomplished numerous feats that many believed lay beyond the reach of mankind. Like them, you are a man of science, amidst your doubts. Surely there is a spark of desire, a desire to make the impossible possible. Come, darling, like the old days. I will be the first to see your tailors. And you shall be, my dear. I would have none other at my side when my greatest masterpiece awakens. Right then, to Amity. I'm glad my words struck a chord, shall we? You have every right to be angry with us, but please listen to what I have to say. I am tasked with delivering these people to Mount Gold by means of a tailor of heretofore unseen proportions. However, I cannot do this without the cooperation of those with intimate knowledge of this land, that is, you and your fellow villagers. Cooperation. After you ignored my desperate pleas and cast me out, you had the goal to come here and ask for more cooperation. You have every right to be upset. Orphy is not the one to blame for your suffering. We are. We were free citizens without a care in the world, indifferent to the hardship of others. We didn't know what would become of you, and frankly, we didn't care. But we now know that what we did to you, to full many, was wrong, terribly wrong. No words will suffice to make amends. but I want you to know that we are deeply sorry. I'm not sure how I feel. Should I forgive you? Hate you? Perhaps it's not even my place to judge. After all, I sought a place in your city. I wanted to be you once. But one thing is clear to me. All of that is in the past, and we mustn't let past wrongs stand in the way of a brighter future. And so, I will cooperate with you. Please see our friends to Mount Gold. You have my word. I will set to work on the design at once. We do to have nothing to show the others when they return with help. Make no mistake, this venture is unprecedented in the history of Telos building, nay, the history of all mankind. But rest assured, the genius of Darius Stoneworks will deliver. Ah, wicked white. Is there a problem? Well, you see, I've been promised people to procure the stone as well as impede magic. When I was put on the spot earlier, I thought that was all we required. But I forgot about one rather important item needed to bring a Talos to life. The heart. That's right, the heart. I'm pleased to see you have some familiarity with Talos. So while I work on the design, I'd be much obliged if you could see to procuring the ore with which to fashion a heart. A heart symbol of bringing to life a Talos that shall embrace the very firmament. If you seek material for the Talos' heart, I know people who may be able to assist. They are the Foils, a dwarven family that have long mined this land. No one knows its bounty as well as they. If you explain the situation, I'm sure they'll be willing to cooperate. Indeed, just one of them that showed me the secret tunnel to the top of the cliff. You will find the holes at their finish to the northwest, at a place called Tomra. When you arrive, seek an audience with the chief Examot, and do not forget to greet him with a hearty Aliho. Permit me to join you, Grito. I will keep your joints limber, and mayhap I can provide some manner of assistance. I'll leave the heart to the two of you, then. The variety of ore doesn't matter, so long as it's rich with ether. I'll aim to have my design complete by your return. Hey, Withered Eagle. As again. Oh, pretty good, just chilling and playing some arena. How are you doing? I'm doing great, thank you. So this is Tomra. Seldom do we see the dwarfen folk at the Crystarium to now be in the presence of so many. I shall enjoy not having to crane my neck for a change. First time ever seen Final Fantasy 14. It's a pretty good game, actually, I must say. Yeah, they do. Hey ho. What sorry excuse for waiting was that? Where's your heart, lad? Your stones. What the hell? Come, let's try it again. Hey ho. Not bad, not bad. But there's room for improvement. Anyway, now that we observed common courtesy, who are you and what are you doing here? At the recommendation of the denizens of Amity, we have come to seek the aid of the royal family. May we speak with Chief Excellent? Why, yes you may. I am Excellent, and I bid you welcome to Tomra. If it's the folk of Amity what sent you here, you must have quite a tale to tell. Come, let's hear it. Well, well, and now I thought those below had no fight left in them. Having said that, it's not like we know how to deal with that floating volcano, and all them senators neither. If you're serious about restoring peace to these parts, though, we'll gladly lend you a hand. However, the kind of ore you seek's precious to us too. If I let you have it only for you to bungle things up and squander it, like no amount of ale will wash away my chagrin. First, I need to make sure you're worthy, by means of a trial. Aye, a trial most tricky. Pass down through the line of folly. And what is this trial? Hehehe. Come with me and I'll tell you all. I think I'm attuned to this. Yeah. What could this trial be? Hehehe. Listen well. As you know, we're a mining folk, and in the mining life, danger is a constant companion. So, when we come of age, each of us must prove our readiness to take to the mines. Is that a dragon mount? I think so. This we did by undertaking a trial. What tests the 3 traits all good miners can't do without discernment, diligence and dexterity. We call it 3D Mine Runner. Now look on my helm, mark its features well. You'll be given a slingshot which you must use to shoot ghouls as warehelms. What are different? Okay, mark. Okay. I've already made the necessary arrangements. When you're ready to make the trial, report to the observer nearby. Best of luck to you. But yeah, this is Granny, which is a actually not a dragon. I suppose it's like a dragon. It's like if we go to Man Guide, so that's what it is. Possessor of a strength of both mind and body that is unmatched in first as takedown. Granny has no peer on land nor in the heavens. It is said, however, the noble creature will only accept a rider who has pledged to restore Shadow to a land bereft of night. So basically, it's part of the Shadowbringers storyline. Here's my other man I've got. That's pretty cool actually, I must say. Here's Miguel Soma. You'll get him during the Heaven's Sword, I think, story. There he is. So only after proving your bravery in the face of countless perils has the Father of Dragons found you be worthy heir to the light and granted you a place upon his back. Thank you. Some of these are story related, so Miguel Soma is story related. Obviously you get this company Chocobo anyway. Some of these are DLC. I think you get a black Chocobo already. And fashion are my favourite parts of MMOs. Yeah, they pretty much are endgame. Oh yeah, this is also story related. And you can also fly, but at the moment I can't yet. Not until so I can fly in these parts. Just not in these just yet. Yeah, which is annoying, but what can you do? Is the Griffin? Got the coal. This is my favourite, which is normally we use underwater. What else do I have? Yeah, some of these you get in the game anyway through story. This one as well. Actually, I think this one DLC, I think, or something like that. What else we got? I believe this one was when you get a Realm Reborn bonus stuff. Yeah. There's also when you complete the main story of Realm Reborn. And this was also extra stuff based on how many days you've been paying, or subscription based, I think. Kinda cute though. And there's the black one. This was part of the Heaven Sword. Sorry. And this is what you automatically get pretty much from the start of the game. once you hit level 20, I think, or 25. Pretty much. And you can, I believe, yeah, this is a new thing as well. So Chocobo saddlebag, so you can put whatever you're not going to be using. Then you got minions. I've got loads of these. So this is my field dragon. Let's see what we got. Oh yeah, I know this one. This is from Monster Hunter. Yep. Kinda cute. I love Palico, is one of my favourite parts of Monster Hunter World. My ride or die buddy. This is also one of the main characters in the game. You got you also got a Red Mage, you got the Warrior of Light. What else we got? There you go, this little guy. What else? Oh yeah. You'll make our Soma as an actual minion. Pretty much. What else we got? Oh yeah, if you want a Tomberry with you. This is the most recent one that you get in Shadowbringers. Just imagine running into battle with him at your side. It'll be funny. Not even helping. Apparently it's supposed to be a great serpent of Wonka, but favorite Shiva? Yeah. Got Omega. I wish I had the time for an MMO, especially this because Final Fantasy. Yeah. On my other world on Moogle, I have another character on there. I spent about a year gameplay, so now I'm on Gilgamesh, going through the whole story. Oh yeah, this little guy, baby gremlin, you actually get it as part of Shadowbringers extra content. Yeah, pretty weird. It is eyes. It's like a giant rat or a mouse. Oh yeah, behemoth, a baby one. There's more like a pig though. Yeah. If it was red, I would be compelled to play it and get it. I don't know how I got this one. Probably from a quest or something. I'm a Razorback fan, and if it was red, it would look like Tusk. Little dino, yeah. What else? Oh, Green Knight. Here's one of the dolls in a dungeon in Stormblood, I think. Or no, Heavensward. This one, I think, dropped from a dungeon, from a chest. I don't do those, too many horror stories. Yeah, it's little, so cute. I love little details like that. Yeah, same. I think that's pretty much more or less it. Oh yeah, got Moogle. Can't do much of that. Also, if you got, I think it's 4 or 5 Moogles together, they do like a dance. So if 5 players were here with both Moogles, they dance. Yeah, so speak with the dual observer and undertake the trial. Okay. I'm guessing you can't go in there. I need Lalafell's made to this house. Damn. Hey ho, you must be the challenger the chief mentioned. I will show you to the rooftop at once. As I'm sure you've been told, in 3D Mind Runner, you use a slingshot to shoot them as wear the wrong helm. Let's begin with a spot of practice, eh? Bro, just not letting you in. A total stranger, what could possibly go wrong? Search for the jaw wearing the wrong type of helm. You may move the camera as well as zoom in and out. Okay. Look at the door. Well, it's definitely a wrong helm. No shooting, keep it up in the active trial, eh? Aye, that's the way. Next time it's a trial for true. Let me know when you're ready, eh? Ready for the trial? Right this way then. This time there'll be them as wear the right helm. You shoot them, you fail. So look carefully before you let the stone fly. Okay. Done a fine show of discernment and dexterity. Well done, well done. The child never lies. You've got what it takes to be a miner. Run along back to the chief now and get on with putting an end to all this strangeness of late. Alright. That was some impressive shooting, lad. Consider me satisfied. Aye, 'tis plain you didn't come this far with luck alone, so I'll place my faith in you and help you find the ore you seek. Okay. How much room have I got? Okay, 17 more slots. I might have to start clearing some of this shit out. Don't need that. Don't need that. Open place. Don't need that. Yeah, I definitely need to sort this out. I think. Let's just check. Alright. At some point we were keeping these. I'll keep that. No, actually I will put them. Put that over there. I'll keep the materials over here. That should be right for now. Did you know that Gersia's rich in sulfur? Well, it is. Well, we've been mining the stuff since ancient times. And every so often, the self-same veins yield what's called earth seed, a rare ore steeped in magic. Time was used to refine earth seed for this and that, but the technique's been lost. The stuff's still out there to be had, though, provided you know where to look. And no place is Saurian Puran the Joker's till. Problem is, the site's occupied by age-old rivals, the Gogs. Greedy sods claim the place is theirs and refuse to let any other bugger near. Oh, there never was a more odious lot than them Gogs. I could go on forever about those foursomes, but then we'll be here forever and that won't get us nowhere. what it boils down to is this: if you want the Earthseed, you've got to deal with the gods. Reckon you'd up to the challenge? Well, sure. We have dealt with far worse. I am sure we can find a way to obtain what we need. That's the spirit. Now, to help you find your way, I'll have one of ours go with you. I'll do it. I'll go with him. You, Courage. I couldn't help overhearing. I knew the Eaters have flocked to Mount Gold, but I didn't know why. To think the last Light Warden's hiding up there. The fate of Pelusia? No. The world hangs in the balance. If I can be of some help, then I want to do my part. Your skill is commendable, lad, but it isn't so simple. This here's Kurut. Young as he is, he's one of the village's finest miners. The lad's got an uncanny sense of where to dig, and his aim with a pickaxe is as true as any dwarf's. But put him in the thick of battle and he couldn't hit the side of a minecart if he was sitting in it. If all he needs to do was dig, he would be your dwarf, but he's liable to become a sin eater's breakfast before he can even manage to swing. It's true, I'm hopeless in the fight, but I still want to try. Please, please, let me go with you. I'll take care of you, you take care of the ore. As long as you're aware of the dangers. First one? Oh, thank you so much. I'll try my best not to be a burden. If you want to take Korra, far be it from me to stop you. Keep him safe, though, will you? We will most assuredly encounter sin eaters along the way. They are so small. What are they? Technically, even though these are called dwarves on this world called the First, back to the source where it's Eorzea, they're called Lalafels. Basically, it's the opposite, or at least on this Earth or this world, it's more closer to, I don't know, other fantasies. So you got humans, but they call humans on this world. And then you've got, I don't know what the other ones are. So you got the dwarves. I don't know what the other ones. So much stuff in Final Fantasy I have no idea about. Yeah, there's quite a lot. So with you in our company, there will be more a spectacle than a concern. Okay. Duga's Tail lies in a cave to the east. I'm ready when you are. Okay, for now, just check. Alright, everything's all fine. That should be fine, I think. Alright, no worries. There. Here comes the big one. I have no idea what is happening, but that's cool. And welcome back, by the way. Yeah, this is an instance. And obviously we got to try and find the ore. There we go, should go to the cave. Ah. And we got more monsters. Or senators. Tank. This is Dark Knight. What? I just... As we're about to get there. One last push then, shall we? Can we say? Yep. Let's push him. Ouch. Good job. Wow, what the fuck? Wow. That's that done. So it took about 15 minutes. Just a near thing in the end, but what matters is that we pull through. Well fought, my friend. We're alive. We're alive. Let's hurry inside before any more senators come. Right, follow me please. I will take you to the Durgan's Till, where the purest sulfur in the land may be found. Some of these monsters on here are like different variants from Eorze's monsters. Well, just different names, but they're actually exactly the same enemy, especially these. This way. Makes sense, most MMOs end up having to do that. Yeah. If the terrain and stench are any indication, we are at the tail. Ah, there. The god with the ugly, unkempt beards. So that's what they are. If they realise we're here, they will come after us. Best take them down first. Be not so hasty, Carrot. The animosity between your two clans notwithstanding, I would not resort to violence unless necessary. I will use an enchantment to render you invisible. It will not fool sin eaters, but it will suffice to hide you from the eyes of men. While you are thus concealed, do you think you could find us the Earth Seed? Aye, I'll dig up the choicest stuff there is. We would be much obliged. Without further ado then. And there it goes. I can see straight through me. Right, a digging we will go. Let's not be idle either. Though Correct cannot be seen, he may still be heard. I would aid him by removing some big dogs from the field to that end. Dream powder, as you may recall, we used it for the rescue mission at Latson Loft. We used it in Ilmor too. Surely, it seems alchemists got a little carried away with the latest batch. But if it hasn't been useful in our endeavours, then I have no cause to complain. Now then, I shall make you invisible as well, that you might still close to the dwarfs and give them a dose of dream powder. Oh god. Internet cut out. What I missed? Not much. I think you only missed a couple minutes. So basically we're going to be using dream powder to put these gods to sleep. Even should it fail to put them to sleep outright, it should render them drowsy enough to leave their beds. Say the word and I will cast enchantment. Alright. Ready to begin? Very good. Should the enchantment fade before you finish tending to all the drawers, return to me and I will cast it and then. Can barely keep my eyes open. Time to call it a day. Taking it as a sign to stop playing Magic though. 9 hours is enough for today. Thank God I didn't have anything needing done nor adulting. There. 9 hours of Magic. I may have a problem. Oh? All work and no out make something a something and I'm spent. What kind of problem? I went from base plat to diamond. Damn. So drowsy, not safe to work when drowsy, better get some rest. I can't stop playing it, really, it's so fun. I really never played it. I love just walking from depth to depth. All the jaws have taken their leave. Good work, my friend. We'll have done all that we can. Let us await Corret's return. I'm back. This is the furious stuff there is. Think it's enough, or shall I go and dig up some more? I dare say it will suffice for our purposes. You have our gratitude, Corret. Let us carry this back to... Oh dear. The X-Arc is too far from the Crystarium. Because the Crystarium is exactly the same tower as the Crystal Tower from Eorzea, but in this world it's a little bit different. And obviously we all know the Crystal Tower is from, I think, from the old Final Fantasy games. Are you alright? Worry not, I shall be fine. As long as I have been away from the Crystarium, a little witness is to be expected. I may have also overexerted myself in a moment. To have this rare opportunity yet be unable to enjoy it to the full. Who goes there? Oh no. Oh dear. Alright, that's Glag, chief of the gods. You're the one of the four boys. I see. Word was our miners were coming back drowsy, one after the next. I immediately suspected foul play. And what should I find here but foul scum, skulking about? It's a spiner's act befitting your limp beards. What? I won't stand for that insult. Our beards are soft and delicious and smell like freshly tapped ale. God, big beards are dry and crusty. It smells like a knocker's ass. Yeah. Impotent, well, better a hobgoblin's nose hairs than the feeble, floppy things you foals have hanging on their faces. Oh dear. Like oil and water, it does not like to end of its own accord. Grito, do you perchance have some dream powder left? We shouldn't interrupt the conversation, but this was beginning to get interesting. Oh dear. Yeah, I'm gonna stay with the first one. Enough to put an end to this. Then let us put it to use and be on our way, though something tells me we've not seen the last of their bickering. What the swimming? Forgive me, Carrot, but we need you to be calm as well. I'm sorry. It's just, when it comes to the gods, I can't help but see red. You needn't apologize, my friend. You are here on our account and we'll have not be but true for you. Now that we have what we came for, however, it is time to take our leave. Talos awaits its heart. Well, my friend, much as I enjoyed our time together, I think it best we split up that we might accomplish our task more swiftly. I shall see the Earth safely into the hands of Kainas. While I am thus employed, would you be so good as to deliver Carrot back to Tomra? My thanks, Crusoe. Brief though it was, 'twas an honour to go adventuring with you. I shall see you back in Amity. Hey-ho, glad you're back, and in one piece. How did you fare with the LC then? I get them all they needed. There's Arts on his way to Amity with it now. Good to hear that your young Carrot was of help. As it happens, a few others came forward while you were gone, saying they wanted to do their bit as well. Given that you're building a Talos, we reckoned you'd be needing some mining tools, so we went and modified our spare pickaxes for use by bigger folk. Here, take these with you. Should be plenty to go around. From what our scouts tell me, there's a crowd gathered at the top rung already. Go and see that everyone has a pickaxe to swing, eh? Okie dokie. Yeah. Ah, Crusoe. You are come back your time. Look, Crusoe, people from all over have come to help us quarry stone. And this isn't even all of them. As we speak, the volunteers, Bankard and Green, recruited, are being escorted to the work site. and by both Crystarium and Ormurian soldiers, no less. So as you can see, we have plenty of hands. There's just one problem, we don't have enough tools to put in them. We've been desperately trying to round up more, but we haven't had much luck so far. Pickaxes from the dwarves. Trust you to have exactly what we needed. Exactly when we need it. Well, what are you waiting for? Go and hand them out to everyone so they can get to work. We're ready to do our bit, Krito. We just need tools to do it with. Pickaxes, loads of them. Now we may all work to our heart's content. Well, I don't have many talents. I do have a strong back, and what strength I have, I will gladly use for the sake of peace. We got the ladder moving again, didn't we? If we join hands, there's no Talos. We can't build. Hulk looking dude in the back. Hehehe. I still haven't repaid you an Alphino for saving me, and I'm not sure I ever could. But that ain't going to stop me trying. I'm with you to the end. Come on, you lot. Look lively. We've come, Chris, so in case you're wondering, Gavron is here too. Can't wait to start breaking rocks though, so he's gone on ahead. Bah, he could have at least left us a spare set of tools. Don't worry, I got some. Ah, wonderful. Now we can be about it too. Growing isn't exactly my stock and trade, but this time I feel as though my wife will be with me, guiding my hand. So let's make it happen. Let's build a world where everyone can live without fear, where everyone has a place they can go home to. Right then, let's be on our way. What are you still doing here, Pav? I thought you bought your own tools. I did, and I was just about to head off when I saw Jarrett. Oh gods, oh gods. If this plan works and a giant tails comes to life. Just imagine the size of the trolley it could push. Imagine it. Are you still raving on about that? How many times do I tell you? That's not what the Talos is for. Where the hells would the tracks even go? There's bound to be somewhere, you just need a little imagination. Seeing how the same works is involved. Maybe we could have a trolley added to the design. Enough. We're going to work, and if I hear any more about trolleys from you, I will have you pushing one yourself. Oh dear God. Long time no see, traveller. Are you waiting to be issued a pickaxe too? Nope, I'm giving you the pickaxe. Oh, you clearly won't, and now neither are we. Rest assured, we will put these to good use, and work very, very hard. Of course, one cannot work on an empty stomach, which is why I bought some tasty worms to share. No thank you. As much as we would all enjoy a treat, perhaps the worms are best saved for afterwards. Greetings, Crusoe. You may not remember me, but I'm the one of the carers from the inn at Journey's Head. After night return to Amarang, we noticed a change in our patients. The transformation had reported in every one of them. I can't express what it did to the mood of the place. We were still celebrating, days later, when who should come along but Alice. She said that she sought the aid of those who believed in the Warrior of Darkness. Which is what we're pretty much the Warrior of Darkness. Whereas I'm back on Eorzea, we are the Warriors of Light. We all answered her call right there and then. Of course, some few carers had to remain behind, but as many of us came as could be spared. After our great respect for the Warrior of Darkness, when we meet, I'll be sure to treat them to a nice plump worm. And that's that done. Everything appears to be in order here. In all my time in this world, I do not recall seeing so many optimistic faces. My thanks, Crusoe. With that, everyone is now equipped to work. I think I'll go and join the soldiers standing guard over the volunteers. It would be a shame if they fell prey to sin eaters after all the trouble we've gone to. Right, let us see that this plan is a resounding success for the sake of all in Northrend. So you get an espresso con panna, where it is. The surprising addition of sour cream may catch some off guard, but they will invariably be won over by the subtle harmonies of this rich blend. Then it gives you a direct hit rate, vitality, and critical hit 8%. Not bad. And we get dyers on this one. Well, my friend, it appears we are the only ones left here. If you've no pressing tasks, would you care to accompany me to Amity? There, Yustola is overseeing those who will imbue the Talos with magics. Come, let us join them at once. Alright. The condition is still 100% for some strange reason. If the sign is laid out in this manner, the imbuing should begin. Yes, here. All proceeds smoothly here. Everyone is being moved into position. The moment of truth is nigh. Pleased am I to say that I was able to call upon a sizable contingent from the Custom Guard. Captain Lena herself among them. Not only do they stand watch over civilians, when the time cometh, they too shall pour their magics into the Talos. Ruto, it does me well to see you again. When Master Matoya told us of the undertaking, we struggled to comprehend the enormity of it. Nonetheless, we have complete faith in you and yours. All that is within our power, the Knights Blessed will do. And as you can see by the presence of their people, for now it is of the same mind. I've been so frightened for so long. If there is anything I can do for you and yours, just say the word. Okay, that's it. Time to just talk to Solar. Good of you to join us. I'm pleased to say we have gathered ample help for the imbuing. With Master Chai in the process of finalizing his design, I have taken the liberty of dispatching all hands to their positions. You heard all along as though I have my house in order, but quite frankly this is the most disorganized mess of a project I've ever overseen, and I haven't spent nearly as much time as I would like on my calculations. So theirs has proclaimed loudly and frequently, as I try, yet from my perspective, a layman's though it may be, haste notwithstanding, though has gone to great lengths, abiding by proven methodology to ensure the integrity of thy design. Aye, well, that's just the bare minimum that's expected of us at the Stoneworks. Though our glory days are behind us, I've not forgotten our time-honoured traditions. But I should mention that the Exarch delivered the ore I asked for, Earthseed, I believe he called it. In that quantity, I believe we can fashion a suitable art for the Talos. And then everything will be in readiness. Also, I would like to say, is there a problem? In a Talos of, well, any reasonable size, a single part will serve to circulate ether throughout the chassis. But given the unprecedented proportions of that which we seek to build, I doubt that will be the case. By installing the smaller peripheral parts at intervals, I believe that we can maintain a stable ether flow, thereby solving the problem. However, we don't have enough ore for this purpose. Not for it, but to procure more, I suppose. Bruna, maybe now is a good time to bring them out. A moment, friends, there is something I will show you. What has he got, some ore as well? I'll say, are these not heart stones? They are, the most prized possession of we of the Knights Blessed, and these belong to our kindred who have left us. Immersed in water and imbued with fervent prayer, these stones are no small amount of magic. and we may imbue them with yet more prior to the installation on the Talos. What think you? Being from a different region, these cannot be used for the main heart. The peripheral ones, on the other hand, I believe they will serve. Excellent. When Master Matoya spoke to us of the role we are to play, the Heartstones immediately came to mind. Of course, before bringing them with me, I made certain to consult my fellows first. After all, the stones bear the precious lives of those who have gone to the Sunless Sea. But we have now beheld the Sunless Sea with our very own eyes, and by the gentle lights that glimmer on high, we know that there is peace beyond. Thus we also at peace, if our heart stones may serve to restore night to all the world. Gladly we will give them. So Master Chai, if you could instruct us how to distribute Heartstones. And Crusoe, for good luck, may I ask that you imbue one as well? Okay. Rest assured, this is not difficult. Simply raise your hand and focus as you would when you're tuned to an aperite. Imbue the J-colored stone here, if you'd be so kind. The familiar looking heartstone appears to glow faintly. There will do. Thank you, Crusoe. If this heartstone appears familiar, it is because it belonged to Todia. It bears the collective hope of the Knights Blessed, the hope that none shall ever again be sacrificed to sin eaters. Right, I've identified the spots on the Talos where the stones are needed. See that they are apply imbued. Then install them as I've indicated on this diagram. Understood. We will set about the task at once. When the Talos awakens and the way to Mount Gold is secured, we shall salute full. It promises to be a trying climb, so take what rest you can in the meantime. We will see you soon. A moment, Orion J. You said that you would have measures ready in the event that our friend fails to contain the light, do you? Be assured that I do, all which I require life in this land. Don't worry, I'll be fine. I trust you, Orion J. So what's the plan exactly? In my deepest regret, I cannot reveal the plan to thee. In order for it to succeed, it is vital that thou remainest ignorant of its nature until the time is right. Okay. Yet, though I may first keep my counsel, know that I have only thy safety at heart. So rest easy, my friend, and take such ease that thou mayest the better be ready for the trials to come. I'm told the rock for the chassis is more or less ready, quarried and shaped and laid out. That just leaves the imbuers to do their work. I will continue checking my calculations up until the very last moment, but it's only a matter of time now. We managed to rally nigh everyone in Northrend for this endeavour. That's a remarkable feat in itself, but will it be enough? Or it better be. Wild blue dye, storm blue, a visual blue, that seems better. Yeah, there's no point worrying about such things now. I'll get back to my calculations. You, meanwhile, should go and rest as your friend suggested. My wife and the Exarch should be in the tavern. Why don't you join them? Oh, and Crusoe? Thank you. You're welcome. There's that. He went outside a moment ago, my dear. I would have thought you'd have seen him. He kept me company for a short while, but then he came over rather pale. He's clearly been straining himself, the poor thing. In a way, he excused himself, saying that he needed a breath of fresh air. Weak as he looked, I did offer to go with him, but he assured me he would be fine. I do hope he's alright. He better be alright. So it'd be around here somewhere. I also found a ether current. I love the wings. Yeah, they are beautiful. One. Oh yeah. I got a bit more to get. I'm assuming he's probably up here. Yep, there he is. And leaning against a rock.
The future is where my destiny awaits. Forgive me, I was lost in a dream.
Interesting.
I needed some fresh air and thought to rest for a moment. It would seem I am more fatigued than I realized. Too much time away from the tower, I fear. It drains me, leaves my body frail and weak. Though, in truth, it is debatable whether I can still call this my body. When first I turned my mind towards the salvation of the world, I came to the conclusion that it would take many long years, many more than remain to me. And so I made myself one with the Crystal Tower, that I might live indefinitely. I am but an extension of it now, hence my weakness the farther I travel, and the longer I am away.
Makes sense.
It has been quite a journey. But thanks to you, the end is in sight. My wish will finally be fulfilled. How goes the construction effort? Then this may be the last moment we have to ourselves for a while. Come, sit with me. Tell me, when all of this is over, what will you do?
I'll settle matters with the Empire. What I always do is seek out mightier foes, rest a while. Well, it's true though. We've still got matters with the Empire. Garlemord. Back in Eorzea. So, yeah. Especially with the Black Rose plague. They started spreading. While we're over here.
Ah, yes. Even should we succeed in forestalling the 8th Umbral Calamity, the spectre of war will remain. But to declare your intent with such easy resolve, you truly are a hero's hero, my friend. But whatever it is you decide to do, I have every confidence that you will do well. For you have the strength to forge your own path. You will leave countless lives better than you found them, and the souls you touch will never forget your kindness. Then, in trying times, when you question your worth and your choices, they will raise their voices to remind you of the difference you have made. And thus will your deeds come to affirm your path. Remember this.
What will you do when this is over? I will know more of you. What will you do when this is over?
When this is over, indeed. I once told you that there are things we can ill afford to lose. Things, I said, though in truth, I spoke of a person. One who is unaware of the full extent of my plans. Though he deserves to know, I have good reason to keep my counsel.
One who that is.
I have come to terms with this in my mind, yet my heart yearns to lay everything bare. For he is my inspiration, and I would give much and more for the chance to speak with him as friends, with no thought of concealment. Should he indulge me with his tales, I would regale him with my own about my efforts in Norvrand, perhaps. Though, ultimately, that tale is more yours than it is mine. Then, I would ask him about his next adventure. And if he should wish me to be a part of it, oh, how happy it would make me. Together we would travel the lands and cross the seas and take to the skies upon the eternal wind. My heart swells simply to imagine it. But all of this is contingent upon our victory in the coming battle. The people of this world have entrusted their hopes to us. We cannot fail them. Nor those who roused me from my slumber.
Someone roused him from his slumber?
Thank you for your company, my friend. Let us return to Amity.
Knowing my luck, this next quest will probably need me to be level 79. If so, I'll probably then do the side quest tomorrow. Worrying up, my friend, I am much revived for the fresh air and your fine company, of course. Now then, let us turn our thoughts back to the task at hand. This is backtrack the source in Garden mode. Your Radiance, I have taken the liberty of quashing the vile rumors that your hair is possessed by a devil. As Xenos, he's the main antagonist in Sunblood. With the nation in the grip of war, we may rely on patriotic zeal to prevent them from resurfacing. I believe that's his father, I think. And what of M itself? He has taken himself to the first, to usher that world to its end. Or so I believe. He did not disclose the details of his mission, having never preferred to work alone. Even to those who have known him since the beginning, his actions can prove unpredictable. I am no stranger to his ways. He joys in playing me for a fool. How many times have I been convinced I was acting of my own volition, only to discover all was as he willed it. My dear grandfather. On the subject of our esteemed colleague, his last report, though brief, did contain one item of interest. You have doubtless wondered why the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have not taken the field of late. It's because they are no longer in the source. The hero of the Scions has journeyed to the first, as have his comrades, a bit incompletely. their bodies yet remain here in the source. This presents an opportunity. If we can defeat the Alliance prior to the Scions return, we may eliminate their order at a stroke. And with the Scions gone, none shall remain to thwart our plans. It will be but a matter of striking down the hero upon his homecoming. Which, lest you forget, is essential to the realization of our objective, of both of our objectives. Though Hydaelyn's meddling, her champions threaten to wrest the reins of fate from our grasp. The world is at risk of being dragged down the forced path, one which will never see man reclaim his true form. Just unthinkable that he could supplement us, incomplete as he is. Such a devolution is abhorrent, and it must be stopped before it is too late. The hour has come, your radiance. Order your armies to march once more, crush all who stand in your way. Is this your heart's desire, is it not? To seize the victory that is yours and yours alone, for the future of Garlemord? Oh dear, you do not wear the mummer's motley well. I was never one to take an interest in hideous conflicts. Lieutenant Baron Centurion. The whereabouts of my one true friend, however, they interest me greatly. I but hope the beasts of this first are providing him proper sport. I would know every detail, Lord Zenos, or would you rather I called you Elidvis? Unexpected, most unexpected. That immortality should be within the reach of one with a borrowed echo. You have outdone yourself, Zenos. The eye gave us. This is the real Zenos. I have no particular attachment to that name, but I am rather fond of that body without it. I cannot enjoy my hunt to the fullest. Your secrets, all my flesh, I care not which you give me first. The choice is yours. Yeah, the one in front of me, or in front of him, is Thanos' body. Because he's supposed to have died. But he got taken over by an Ascian called Elidvis. Which is exactly the same or similar Ascian as Emmett Selk. Yeah, I was right. And we're level 79. So I need another 14,000 or 14 million XP. So I'll be doing that tomorrow. So thank you Withered Eagle for coming by. I'm gonna see if there's anyone to raid. Thank you. I think there was someone I know. Yeah, I'm gonna raid Doomsday Girl. She's just currently just chatting at the moment. There we go. So yeah, thank you for coming by, and I'll be streaming more Final Fantasy 14 tomorrow. And good night. Bye.